received an email, or maybe it was in a comments field somewhere, something where a viewer asked me about the word understand. And this brought forth a number of associations in my mind, because I know that in the venue that I'm active in, like the general genre, or however you want to say it, a lot of people like to use the word overstand or innerstand, anything but understand, because they think that standing under something makes them less than the thing, that something is over top of them. So they'd rather overstand something, stand over and look down at something, or innerstand something, I guess. Clever ways to say it, but what they don't realize, because they probably never ever took the time to look these things up in an etymology dictionary, and they most certainly don't know correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, because if they did these things, they would know that understand, innerstand, overstand all basically mean the same thing. And that means balderdash. Alright folks, I haven't done a parse video in a long time. Usually I mix it in with my other stuff. I actually started out doing parse at the beginning back in 2018 because it was the easiest thing to do. It is simply the easiest thing to do out of the three components of correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar. You have correct sentence structure, communication, parse, and syntax. And out of those three things, parse is definitely the easiest. Ask Mark lowercase k Kishon Christopher, because that's what he does. He's very good at parse, but shows no evidence that he knows anything about syntax or correct sentence structure. And a lot of the people that come in and out of or have come in contact with him will use the word syntax. This is how you syntax something. But they're not talking about syntax. They're talking about this, which is parse, where you look up the parts of a word. And that's very confusing to a lot of people. And it's unfortunate. But you know, if someone wants to learn something, they will definitely take the time to learn it. So understand. By the rules of correct sentence structure, right off the bat, the U in under is a particle of negation because it's a vowel in front of a consonant at the beginning of a word. Now, there are many other videos on this channel that give closure as to why a vowel in front of a consonant at the beginning of a word is no contract. I will briefly touch on this and say that when you syntax vowels and consonants, vowels would be syntaxed as non-tangible contract, non-fact-based. Consonants would be syntaxed as fact-based, tangible contract. So vowels maintain a condition of state that is non-tangible, which means they would either be adverbs, verbs, or pronouns. So basically, if you look at a word like understand, and if you would syntax each letter individually, the U would be an adverb, N would be an adjective, and D would be a pronoun. U, when you put a vowel in front of a consonant at the beginning of a word, it's sort of like constructing a correct sentence structure question. If you say, for the claim of the facts is with the knowledge by the claimant. You want to turn that into a question, you take the verb and put it at the beginning. Is for the claim of the facts with the knowledge by the claimant? Question mark. You put the verb at the beginning. Do you see what happened there? There's no closure as to what direction or where the geometric level playing field of communication is because you've put the verb at the beginning. There is no closure as to where it's going, what the thinking is. Hence, that's why it's a question. Well, the vowel in front of a consonant works much the same way. You've put the thinking first before there's something to think about. You've put the verb adverbial type of condition of state at the beginning. And so therefore you don't have any closure as to where it's going or what it's doing. There's no closure, i.e. no contract. So there it is in a nutshell. On top of that, there are several different ways you could go with this. UN is definitely a particle of negation. Think about other words that UN is a part of. Undress, undoing, so on and so forth. It means no. But it's enough of me talking. Let's get to the continuance of the evidence. So the first step would be to look it up in an etymology dictionary. Old English, understanding, to comprehend, grasp, the idea received from a word or words, blah, blah, blah. So now you have, they give it two particles, under and standing, to stand. So what's under? Under, preposition adverb, beneath, among, before, in the presence of, subjection to, under the rule of, by means of, beneath, below, underneath. So let's go to the Proto-Indo-European, under. Oh, so it gives itself as closure for itself. It's the first sign, that red flag, that it is a non-tangible contract position, condition of state. On top of that, if you look, it says beneath, among, before, in subjection to. It's not the thing, it's beneath the thing. It's in subjection to the thing. It's by means of the thing. It's beneath the thing. It's below the thing. It's not the thing. It's everything but the thing. So again, non-tangible condition of state. So under is non-tangible, which, by the way, the same thing goes for inner or over or outer. And then we have stand, which comes from STA, which means make or be firm. So I have a tangible contract with that. Stand, make, or be firm. So it means not to stand or make firm. And again, as I said, you can go several different ways with that. Well, let's go a different way for more closure. Let's find out how many syllables are in under. Two syllables, un and der, just like in kindergarten, under, right? All right, UN hyphen, un, prefix of negation. See that, folks? Prefix of negation. It means not. How about der? To split, flay, peel. So it means to not split, flay, or peel, and to not stand. Either which way, understand is a particle of negation. It is a no contract word. So this is what we have to work with so far. Un is no. Der, split, peel. Under equals no. Stand, make firm. So either which way, when you put a 0, 1 0 in a multiplication problem, it zeroes the whole thing out. So you got a lot to work with here. So now you have these people that will say things like overstand, right? They're going to overstand something. Over, same thing. Preposition adverb, over, over. So the Proto-Indo-European root, again, uses itself to define itself, which is a red flag. It means non-tangible condition of state, over, is no contract, vowel in front of a consonant. How about inner? Adjective. See in. Adverb, preposition. So it, again, the Proto-Indo-European root uses itself to define itself. Link to this, en, meaning in. So again, it's all non-tangible contract. Inner, over, under. How about outer? Comparative of out, outside, using itself to give closure to itself. Up, out, up, away, on high. Using itself to give closure to itself. Again, up is non-tangible as well. Up is non-tangible as well. And it brings us back to under. So isn't that fitting? All of these terms are non-tangible contract. They are all no contract. So you may ask, well, what can we use in correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar in place of understand? Some of you might say, comprehend. Well, guess what? Comprehend also contains a particle of negation. Comprehend. First particle is com, which means with, together. The next particle is pre, which means before, which is no contract. So you can plainly see here that in the word comprehend, pre is clearly defined as its own particle, and it's before, which is no contract because it negates the noun space. And then the last particle of the word hend is to seize, take. So comprehend just basically means together with the no taking. So comprehend is a negative conditional state. And I know there are lots of people out there that still use it in correct sentence structure. I mean, it's up to them if they want to have particles of negation in their facts. But as far as I'm concerned, I would mark that as a no, and that would be no contract. And 1, 0 zeroes out the entire mathematical multiplication problem. So what would we use in place of comprehend or understand? One solution to that problem would be to type in a thesaurus, understand, and look for synonyms, positive performance synonyms. Fathom, follow, grasp, know, learn, master, perceive, read. Now, one word you don't see is cognize, which is interesting because that is the word I use. I use cognition and cognize. Let's see if they even recognize that. Yes, they do. As in comprehend, as in fathom, as in grasp, as in know. So cognize covers all the bases. Capiche? So as you can see here, I've highlighted in yellow, particles of negation, the no contract particles of these words. So what we'll do now is get rid of them, and I will give you a solution to the problem by sharing with you my correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, finite mean of the word cognition. For the cognition of this finite mean is with the claim of this contract, with the maintenance of the value, knowledge, and of the contract terms, with the function of a trade medium, with the certification by the contract parties. Mathematically certified backwards, it would read, for the contract parties of the certification are, with the trade medium of the function, with the value, knowledge, and with the contract terms of the maintenance with this contract of the claim with this finite mean by the cognition. So that's what I mean when I use the word cognition in my correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, contracts. So I gave you the problem, which is which are the no contract words understand, overstand, innerstand, outerstand, and comprehend, and I've given you the solution: cognition and correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar. If you'd like to learn correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, contact me at the email address listed at the bottom of your screen. I will set up a 10 to 15 minute video consultation between you and me. You can ask me whatever you like, and I'll do the same, and we'll see if this is something that you're prepared to commit to. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.